Good morning, folkers. Snapzilla Gorilla with the definition of anarchy coming at y'all real quick. I wanted to highlight this cat right here, man, the amazing Lucas, because his take on this situation with the Arbery case is really what you would call, sticking to the facts and being objective. And as of late, to me, it appears that the amazing Lucas has been becoming more and more freedom-minded in regards to what's going on in this country. And I applaud him for that. Now, I haven't always agreed with the things he has said or some of his videos, but it seems like he's starting to see what's really going on. And whenever he talks about the Arbery case, his subscribers get on his head, and he has been in the position of, look, if y'all don't like it, y'all can keep it pushing. And that's how I am with it. So anyway, he doesn't pander, and that's what I like about him. He keeps it real. Even though, like I said, even though I don't always agree with what he says, that's fine, But as long as you stay true and real to what you believe, it is what it is. So anyway, I'm going to play this video so y'all can see his take on it. It's going to get off into some different stuff. So yeah, let's check this out.
Why are people lying about this case? Oh my goodness. So if you haven't heard, there's been new footage that's come out about the Arbery case. In this footage, I'm going to let you know what it proves. And that is nothing. That is correct. That's correct. All right, people are DMing me. Have you seen this? Have you seen this? In the footage, it shows Arbery walking around.
The owner tracked down numerous videos of what all appear to be the same man walking through this home as far back as October 2019.
Okay, the best that you have this man on right now is trespassing. That's the best you have. Trespassing is a misdemeanor, not a felony, okay? That's the best you have him on. It's the same thing with the video footage from the house alongside, on the other side of the street. They have him walking in, and then running out, all right? That's the best you got this person on is trespassing. So let's move on. Now, what I want to talk about is I saw this debate between Police Brutality Matters and Brandon Tatum. It's a great debate. I suggest you check it out before the video expires. Now, in this debate, we had two veteran officers, a lawyer, and then Tatum. In this debate, what it basically boils around to is self-defense and then citizen's arrest. Now, when it comes to citizen's arrest, we hear this constantly, right? I've said it, and many people have said citizen's arrest. Now, the problem with citizen's arrest is that where did it come from, right? Where did it come from? Because if we look in the police report, nothing says citizen's arrest, right? The McMichaels didn't say, hey, we left because we were going to make a citizen's arrest. They said, hey, that looks like a suspect who's been burglarizing this place. Get your guns, let's go, right? So there's nothing in the police report that says citizen's arrest. So where did it come from? So there's this lawyer, 25 years experience, who goes on to say, well, the citizen's arrest, that came from the DA. The DA who's buddy-buddy with the McMichaels, who had to recuse himself because he was buddy-buddy with the McMichaels. Well, the DA, he says that the DA used this as justification, as a defense, for not arresting the McMichaels.
Paige Pate has been practicing criminal defense for 25 years in the state of Georgia. He says the reason the citizen's arrest law was created was to allow retailers to apprehend someone that they think may be shoplifting. He says he can't think of any legitimate legal reason why that law would be cited, though, in this case.
Citizen's arrest was not what Mr. McMichael was saying at the time. He was saying that his son was acting in self-defense. The district attorney in Waycross, as part of his justification not to charge these people or to recommend that they be charged, came up with a citizen's arrest defense.
Now, whether that's accurate or not, it's yet to be seen. All I know is based off of the police report, nothing mentions that the McMichaels...
Hey, yo, they just made my whole platform fall, yo. Oh, man. Y'all stop me, man. Y'all stop me.
We left the house to make a citizen's arrest. That's all I know. Now, back to the debate. So when it comes to citizen's arrest, Brandon Tatum's stance, from what I've gathered, is that he believes that, there's a phone call, right? And he sees the phone call as proof of his position. And he says, hey, they, had a phone call where they state that they saw Arbery inside the house. And they saw him leave, right? Because the guy says, oh, look, there he going, we running away, getting it down right now. Okay, that's what he says. He says, hey, because of that gave them, legal standing to make a citizen's arrest because they saw him commit a crime.
And so Georgia law states, and it defines a dwelling as a structure that's pretty much designed for human living, right? It's designed for human living. Now, in the statute, it says the person that committed first-degree burglary, if that person enters the dwelling without authorization with the intent to commit a felony or theft, that dwelling can be occupied, unoccupied, or vacant. Okay. So when you look at the video and you look at it, a reasonable person would believe that he's not in there just looking to set up furniture. It appears that he's looking around. He was in there for 3 minutes. A reasonable person can believe that he's there to commit, at minimum, a theft. That will classify as first-degree burglary, which is a felony in Georgia. There's a 911 call where McMichael called the police and stated that he is observing Mr. Arbery in the dwelling as he was on the 911 call. So he also reiterated on the 911 call that this is the same suspect who has been burglarizing places at night. This is an ongoing issue. So McMichael on a 911 call that's recorded that I listened to, he stated that he's witnessing Arbery in the dwelling while he was on the phone. He mentioned that he was a part of several burglaries that he believed. Whether or not that was proven or not, that's up to the court. But that's what his statement was. And then while he was on a 911 call, which is recorded, he said, oh, now he's running. We see him running out of the dwelling and he's running down the street. So they are witnessing a crime being committed within their presence and you could say within their immediate knowledge.
Here's the problem with that. That's not what the law says. That's the problem with that. The problem with that is that that's not what the law says. If you look at Georgia code, it says in order to make a citizen's arrest, a felony must have taken place. This is brought up in the debate because the lawyer actually clarifies to Tatum that, hey, that's not how the law works, right? Just because you see someone inside the house, but in order to make a citizen's arrest, a felony has to take place. Now, Tatum goes on to say that, hey, well, they saw him inside the house and they had, a reasonable person would believe that their intent for this person to make a burglary.
Well, I'm reading the statute from Georgia law. It says the burglary charge, the burglary in the first degree is based on intent, not necessarily if he stole something. So it says intent. Okay. So if he didn't steal it.
And remember, you cannot prove intent.
Once again, facts and evidence, the facts and evidence don't support that whatsoever. Not only the facts and evidence don't support that, the law doesn't support that. So the lawyer goes on to explain this to him.
The way that the courts establish intent, right? The intent is established by, what you can see, right? The objective manifestation of what a person is doing, right? So I'm not sure. My understanding is there's 2 videos. I'm not going to say I saw 2 videos. I've only seen 1 video. That was the video where he walked into a place. He was sitting there in one position, and he was looking into the house like this. He was in there. But based on his manifestations, meaning what he was doing, his behavior in the home, based on the video that I saw, he was just standing in a position, and he was just kind of looking around like this. There was no evidence, at least in my opinion, that he saw his behavior inside of the dwelling, as you can see from the videos, that would suggest that he was trying to steal. And the reason why that intent is, remember, you can tell somebody's intent to steal if, for example, they place something in their pocket. If you put something in your pocket and you head towards the exit.
Now, this lawyer's audio is pretty bad. Basically, what he's saying is that to prove intent to commit burglary while trespassing, the individual has to have place something in their pocket, okay? When you place something in your pocket, that will give you the idea that there's the intent to steal. Now, when you leave the dwelling with the object that you just took, that is when it becomes stealing. When you leave the house with it. Now, there's the intent when you pick it up, you're in the house still, you pick up a hammer, you pick up let's say a box cutter, okay? That will give somebody reasonable expectation that that person is going to steal that. But they can't prove that they stole it until they left the house. Basically what he's saying, there has to be a manifestation. There has to be a physical manifestation of the intent to steal. Not just the thought process. Not just, oh, well, why else would he go in there? No. You need the actual physical manifestation of, you need to see something physical. Not what you think what they're thinking about. No, that's not how it works. So if you don't understand, if you can hear the audio, that's what he's saying. Okay? There has to be a manifestation of the activity that you feel like they're about to commit.
We can't tell you what was in the fucking mind, but based on the manifestations of his acts, we know that he had the intent to steal based on putting it in his pocket and heading toward the exit. So that's kind of how the law works as far as establishing intent. In this particular situation, I didn't see the young man rummaging through the home. He didn't go looking under crevices, searching for anything. From the video that I saw, he stood in a position. Once he came in, he came to a stop. He kind of spectated, and that's all I saw. So without him taking something or without an additional act, then I don't see how it arises to the level of a burglary or a felony offense. And that's just from my observations and based on how we are trained, established, or to understand what the intent of the person is that was in the home.
So, just to recap, the worst we have Arbery on as of right now, anything can change, there's more facts and evidence come forward, but best we have him on is trespassing. Trespassing is a misdemeanor, not a felony. Now, the reason why Tatum wants to go to burglary, a first-class burglary, because why? It falls under felony, which then justifies the McMichaels making their citizens arrest. Unfortunately, that's not what the fact.
And let me tell y'all something. That's exactly what these people want. The conservative twins, ABL, and Brandon Tatum, what they want is for there to have been a robbery so that his death could be justified. They're making it up. They're making up a felony. They're assigning a felony to this young man that did not occur. So if they're doing that, why would they do that? If they know damn well that based on the evidence that we have, he did not commit a felony. Why? Because they want the shooting to be justified. Because it'll vindicate their ignoramus beliefs. That's why.
Have proven at this time, nor does the law support such a claim.
You have to remember that in order for the crux of the argument, right, based on Title 17, Chapter 4, Section 60, right, which is the statute that allows us to make the citizens arrest. So we have to make sure that we understand that it's from the shoes or the perspective of the person that is initiating the citizen's arrest. Now, we have these videos that say, oh, a lady came out and she said this, or another person came out and they said that. But if you notice, the statute's pretty clear. It says a private person may arrest an offender
Now, the issue I have is that after being corrected on that, he...
Now, I'm going to say what he said because the audio's horrible, man. So basically what he said is the individual, so the suspicion of the individual that is doing the citizen's arrest, everything that occurred has to be from the perspective of that individual. Okay? What was their perspective? Okay? What was Batman and Robin's perspective? Well, they explained it in the 911 call. They said there's a guy standing around. There's a guy inside the house, inside this abandoned house. Oh, he's running. So let's see what they observed. They observed a guy standing inside of a house. Then they observed him leaving the house in a run. They did not observe a felony. It doesn't say that in the police report. It doesn't say that in 911 call. There's no indication that a felony, or that they thought a felony was committed. That's what this lawyer is saying. He said it has to be from the perspective, the intent. So the idea of the intent, it has to be from the perspective of the person making the citizen's arrest. And he's saying that the video that we saw that showed Arbery doing nothing inside the house, they can't go by that. They can only go by what they saw at the time. And they indicated what they saw in the police report and on the 911 call. All right, so let's continue.
Makes a video stating exactly the opposite of what they just corrected him on.
According to Georgia law, if you witness a person or you have firsthand knowledge, or they say immediate knowledge of a crime, and it's a felony, you can pursue and conduct a citizen's arrest. So Georgia law gives Greg and Travis McMichael lawful reason or lawful ability to conduct a citizen's arrest on Mr. Arbery, who they've witnessed commit a crime.
You were corrected. You were given, hey, this is what the law says. What you're saying is inaccurate. This is not applicable here, or at least we don't know yet. So for you then to turn around and say it as law, well, they were justfully and legally, under the law, allowed to make a citizen's arrest. That is lying. Okay, that is lying. It's black and white. That's simple as that. Now, here's the thing. I'm not trying to be right. Let me just say, I'm not trying to be right. What I'm trying to do is get it right. Okay? Great quote. I forgot the name of the person, but I was on the Two Gentlemen's podcast, and he gave this quote from someone else. Great quote. I'm not trying to be right. I'm trying to get it right. So then this leads us to the self-defense claim. Now, many people are saying, oh, he charged the person, you grab a gun, that's what you get, blah, 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 right? You heard that nonsense, okay? But what happens is the lawyer and the officer really break it down very well. Very well, because you have to understand that McMichaels is on the left side of the car. Arbery then crosses over and then meets him at the front of the car on, they said, the north side. Here's the thing, he meets McMichaels on the north side of the road, meaning McMichaels had to go around and get to the front of the car, all right? Now people are saying, well, he should have just gone this way and gone that way, or he should have just obeyed. Laura in the video states, hey, there's no law, there's nothing that says he has to do that, right? They have no grounds or authority to demand he do this or abide by what they're saying. Now, where the contention lies is who gets self-defense. Was Arbery self-defending himself from the person with the shotgun, or was McMichaels defending himself from Arbery attacking him? That's where this lies. That's where the more evidence, that's where prosecution and defense, that's where that's going to collide, okay? So until more evidence comes out, this is what it is. These are actually the facts and the evidence. Many people are just, they have a certain bias and they're projecting this on the facts and evidence, even though that's not what the facts and evidence are saying or even suggesting themselves. So I think many people, you got to step away from this. All the OTLs, I've heard all the OTLs. OTLs, as soon as they hear that this person may be a criminal, they shut off. Oh, he broke the law? That's it. He gets what he gets. That's it. No, I'm done. He's a criminal. That's it. That's what he gets. Right? They shut off. Don't be like that, all right? OTLs, they probably not on this channel anyway. But we have to go by the facts and evidence of the case when it comes to citizen's arrest, okay? If you just see someone in the building, unless you see them actually committing a crime, burglary, right? See them stealing stuff, which is yet to come out. But here's the thing, here's what the law even says, that the citizen's arrest is from the perspective of the citizen. So let's say we have surveillance of the construction site that shows Arbery taking a hammer or taking, I don't know, a piece of lumber or something. Okay, that's from the perspective of the camera, not the perspective of the citizen. And the citizen, according to the call, says he sees him inside the house. Doesn't say that he saw him take anything or steal anything. Says he sees him inside the house, then sees him running. All right? So that's not enough for them to make a citizen's arrest according to the law. It's not me. I didn't make the law. I'm just telling you what other people with more experience and more knowledge and more understanding of what is taking place have said. Okay? It makes sense. If you think about it, yeah, that makes sense. You can't just say, well, I was making a citizen's arrest, but you didn't know if he had burglarized the place or not. You assume, because in the police report he says, I suspect this person of being the same person who was burglarizing the homes. Okay? That's what they're saying. It went off a suspect, and that leads to them running down, and the rest ensues. Okay? So I just want people to calm down. Just calm down. Let the facts and evidence come in, and as they come in, readjust your perspective. Don't allow your biases, in some cases, that's what I'm seeing, to constantly force you over to one side. Let's be like the river. What did Bruce Lee say? Yo, relax. That's not verbatim, but you get what I'm saying. Anyways, guys, that's the video. Let me know what you guys think. Whether or not you believe Lucas, you don't know what you're talking about, okay? You don't know what you're talking about. He's a criminal, okay? I'm just saying he gets what he got, all right? Shotgun it all. Or if you don't believe, that's really interesting. I agree. Let's wait until more facts and evidence comes on, and then we'll just readjust. You know how we view the scene of what the truth is, because that's what we're aiming for—the truth, right? Not the narrative, the truth. Either or. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe. All that fun stuff. Till next time, guys. Be amazing.
All right, guys. Yeah. So nothing but nothing but truth and facts right there, man. Big up to the amazing Lucas, man. He was on point on this one. And yeah, I look forward to seeing more videos from him. I see freedom-mindedness is really on the front of his mind. Yeah, he knows what's up. So anyway, much love to y'all. Like, share, subscribe, whatever y'all want to do, man. It is what it is. I'm not here to pander. I'm not here to choose sides. I'm not here to kowtow and kiss the ass of any subscriber. I'm here to give you the information, and I'm going to give you as much complete information as possible. So anyway, much love to y'all. Peace out. Sorry, y'all.